Bernard Sura, thank you for joining us this afternoon. For many viewers we have back home, they'll be wondering, will they be seeing headlines every other day saying this causes cancer, that Y causes cancer? Why is this study different? Why is the link in your mind between processed food and cancer so strong?
Thank you very much. Ultra-processed food is a recently new concept which categorizes the foods in 4 categories as we categorize it in the paper, based on the NOVA categorization. So ultra-processed food, as we define them, they include all types of packaged food that contains additives such as preservatives, colorants, texturizing agents, or artificial flavors. You can find them in frozen, ready-to-eat meals, mass-produced breads, for example, or industrial desserts. The difference between processed food is that processed food are just raw or fresh food to which you have added culinary ingredients like sugar or salt, but not chemical additives like ultra-processed food.
And food processing is a very, very wide category. There's lots of different types of additives, lots of different types of processes that are applied to food. Are there any specific ones that you're concerned about, or is there a wider blanket than that?
It might cover adding hydrogenated oils, modified starches, protein isolates, and concerning the industrial processes, it might concern hydrogenation, hydrolysis, extruding, molding, reshaping, and even pre-processing by frying.
In terms of your paper, does it give any advice or any recommendations in terms of how this market could be better regulated?
How this market? We're still a bit far from getting causation, because this is the first prospective study to have found these associations. So for the moment, and in the name of the principle of precaution, we just recommend to people to privilege raw or fresh or unprocessed or at least minimally processed food, and to limit the consumption of ultra-processed food.
In terms of practical advice for people back home, is there any level of processed food in their diet that is acceptable? Should they attempt to cut out any and all processed food where possible?
For the moment, there is no threshold which cannot be passed. We are still in the beginning of the recommendations. So all we can say is try to privilege raw food, fresh food, and try to limit ultra-processed food, and privilege as well homemade food. Between a homemade cake, for example, and an industrial cake.
But thank you very much for joining us. We're going to have to end it there. Thank you very much.